Alright, good morning. We out here this morning enjoying some cool air. It's a lot of guys had asked. In my last video I had slipped down and tore a muscle in my leg. So anyway, and that's exactly what happened. I went to the doctor, and this is Saturday. I actually should be at work today, but I'm not good for a walk. I can as long as I'm sitting still, I'm good, but I can't do much walking right now. It'll be a while before I make a 6-mile loop in the swamp. But thank you, Lord. It is. I got to go Wednesday to see. I may have to have surgery, but I'll go Wednesday. Today is Saturday. I'll go Wednesday and find that out. But I'm praying it'll be all right. And so some people had asked about it, so there you go. Everything's okay. It's just going to take some healing time. So what I decided to do today, a friend sent me, I got some rocks. This rock is from Texas. Some people call it Flint, some people call it Chert. I don't know, but if you look at it, I mean, I guess I just pick it up off the ground in certain places over there, but it's just old chalky looking rock. But man, where he had hit at it, he'd hit it to make sure it was good. It's like a good glassy thing in there. This is called Georgetown Chert. And it's supposed to be some of the best flint or chert that you can get. I've always known this stuff is flint. Then as I started learning how to flint knap a little bit, everybody tells me there's no true flint in North America, only in Europe. I don't know about all that. I'm no expert on rocks, but I do know that this stuff is pretty. And that Native Americans, Indians, made arrowheads and tools out of this for a long, long time. So we're going to, as Will Lord would say, we're going to explore this rock right here. And what I'm gonna do, I won't do much talking about it. You know, if you want to learn how to flint knap, this is not the video you want to watch. If you, there's guys, Ryan Gill, Jack Crafty, they have excellent videos on flint knapping. Instructional videos. That's where I learned how to do this stuff. The internet teaches you a lot of stuff quick. But we're gonna take this rock apart, explore the rock, as Will would say, and try to get some flakes. We'll try to bust some flakes off of this thing strategically. You just don't go to hitting on it, and that we can make arrowheads out of. Just try to have flat little old flakes, you know, about like this, that we can make arrowheads out of, and maybe a knife blade size piece or two out of here. And then in another video, maybe I'll take one of those flakes and make an arrowhead. But this is going to be the start of working on the rock. And some people had asked about the making the arrowheads, and there again, I'm no expert at it. I've only been doing this about a year and a half maybe. But I am proud I made 4 arrowheads that I killed 3 deer and a pig with. I made a bunch of arrowheads, but they work. I mean, they work, and I've gotten better since I made those. Now, the arrowheads I make now are pretty good arrowheads. The ones I killed my deer, I got one in there on my little shelf there that I keep odd stuff with. One that I killed the second deer with, and I look at it now, and I probably wouldn't even hunt with it. Because, I mean, it's just, you know, when I was starting, it looked like the perfect one, but now my skills have improved, and I mean, it no doubt did the job. I mean, I shot, it hit the deer perfect. I made a good shot, and the arrow went through and hit the leg on the other side. So, and you can't ask for no more than that. But my heads now are better and sharper, and you can get a flint head sharp. Obsidian, you can get extremely sharp. They say it's brittle. Around my feet here, I got a bunch of obsidian where I had a big rock, and it's called, you know, I busted flakes off of it. I think they call it spalling it out. Anyway, so I'll work on those sometimes. If I just look at this obsidian, I get cut. And you have to, if you're a free bleeder, this is probably not a sport for you or a hobby for you. So that's enough yapping. I'm going to point the camera down at my hands where you can see what I'm doing. And like I said, I won't do a lot of talking about it, but you know, you'll get the gist of what happens when somebody's trying to flint knap and make tools. And there are a lot of tools that will get out of this rock, I'm sure, that you won't do anything with. There'll be little flakes and things, and you know, they'll be razor sharp when they come off of this rock. So okay, let's get started. Let's put the camera down here and get rolling. All right, so let's begin to explore this rock here. And like I said, I'm kind of a beginner, and I've not worked on a lot of big raw rocks like that. I've always had pieces that somebody else had broke out. There again, this is not an instructional video. It's kind of crumbly right here. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if that's going to stay together or not. I didn't think so. And here, it's a pretty good flake. Notice it's flat, but it has this white stuff, kind of like the rind on a watermelon, I guess you would say. But we're going to save this piece. I think I can maybe get an arrowhead out of it. It goes in the coffee can. But we're hard at it. I heard Daisy Mae down there treeing a squirrel. Maybe she'll come visit us in a minute. There she is. What are you doing? Come here. It's my buddy right here. Don't get in that glass, you'll get cut. All right, get by. Bye. You're on TV. Go find you another squirrel. Go find a squirrel. Hey, it's my buddy. Go on. You got nasty trash all over you. Man's best friend. All right, we're about to get most of the junk off of it. See, you have a ridge running here. I could probably strike this right here and get a long flake off of it. Let's see what happens. Notice I hit it a little bit too low, but we still got an arrowhead piece out of that. That's what we're after. It's another place right here I'll make you get something from. Oh yeah, that was a big one. It broke. I can get arrowheads out of both of those probably. I want to make this thing flat. Start working the high spots off and get it flat. And, got most of that hump off a while ago, but I got some ugly steps in here. Get some edges worked around. There we go. It's a good flat piece here. Get a fine, you know, that's a tool in itself. You know, you could skin something with that. That's sharp. See the edge, and it's kind of, you could dull the top, or you could put your hand on it. Be a good tool. And I'm sure, you know, everybody thinks that they had just knives and things, but I'm sure they probably had a little pouch with a bunch of flakes like that in it that they used for skinning tools and stuff. And that's sharp. It's really sharp. It's cool stuff. We definitely put it in the keeper pile and make something out of it. There we go. Another one. It's got a curve to it, but it's enough there I can get a point out of that. There you go. Kind of a flat piece here. Definitely get a point out of it. Fill our bucket up with arrowhead pieces, we'll be in business. There's another. Our rock is slowly getting smaller. Got to get that hump going and this hump going. We're working towards that. What I'm trying to do is get a good striking point here and rough the edge up, or stouten the edge up where it's not so fine, where it'll carry the flake a long ways. There. Another good one. Man, that is sharp right there, I'm telling you now. You could smooth that off where you could touch it and hold it right there and look at the skinning tool you have there. That's sharp. Keeper pile. Kind of looks different than where we started. Still got this thickness, some weight right in here. We keep working it around. We've got a half a coffee can full of flakes that we can make arrowheads out of. And probably get some more, maybe a knife hid in here somewhere. I was watching TV, a hunting show, which about made me puke watching hunting on TV. These guys are not in the real world, it seems. And they were talking about trophy. What is a trophy? You know, I have a few deer mounted and some hogs, and it's not the mount that's the trophy, it's the hunt. And I'll never mount another deer. You hold some antlers in your hand. The antlers are not the trophy, it's the hunt, the memory. It triggers a memory of a good day of field, and that's the trophy to me. They'll kill this deer, big old buck. What a trophy. I guess, and if they're looking at it the way I'm talking about, then maybe so. But they're looking at a big buck, a lot of them, that they just want to show. It don't matter how they got him. I mean, what's the bigger trophy? The guy, and I'm not knocking how anybody hunts, don't misunderstand what I'm saying. But the guy that sits in a shooting house, got an air conditioner or a heater in it, he slides a glass open, got his gun in a vise, and shoots this monster buck 100 yards away eating corn that he's got trail camera pictures of, and he's supposed to be there at 9 o'clock, and he shoots him at 9:05. Big 10-point, scores 150. Is that a trophy? Or what about the guy that walks through the swamp with his longbow, finds a feed tree on public land, climbs, kills a 4-point, 8 yards? Which one was the more rewarding hunt? That's easy to answer for me, but everybody has their own answer. Something to think about. You won't hear me talk much about trophy in my hunting videos because the hunt itself is a trophy. I do have a trophy. In 1974, I was the Baxley, Georgia marble shooting champion. Whole town. I beat everybody. And I got a trophy in there. This little gold statue about this tall. That's a trophy. Good flake ran across almost to the middle. This is going to be tough to get out for a beginner like myself. Those other guys, Jack Crafty, good arrowhead there. Ryan Gill, they'd already had this thing down, spear size. Another arrowhead right here. But they are the experts, not me. Kind of crooked, but maybe an arrowhead there. That is some kind of sharp right there already. Somewhere in here I'm envisioning, is that a word? Envision? Yeah. A knife, like running through here. So I got to try to work to that shape and thin this thing. Look how thick and clunky looking it is. I'm sure I'm going to edit a lot of this where you don't see all this tedious crap that I got going on here. But I really just wanted to show you a little bit about the flint knapping part of it. That was a good leak there. Another one. Hey, we may get a point out of that piece. Now let's start on this side and get rid of this hump. It's a pretty good little ledge there, platform to hit to get that going maybe. Oh yeah. I watched this one guy, Paleo Man, and he is like unbelievable fast at this, as well as Will Lord. He's from the UK. Oh, look at there. Look how thin that is. That is sharp, sharp, sharp. I wonder if it'll cut this piece of leather here. I don't have a way to hold it actually. You see that? Not even holding it stout. It slices that. Be careful hitting them on the ends. It'll make that joker snap right in half. We're actually getting kind of thin. Got some humps in there we'll have to work out. And that's I think I'm gonna quit with this video. I know you're getting bored watching somebody, but we took this thing from a big old ugly rock down to this. It's pretty flat, and I'll take my time and maybe get a knife out of it. And if I do, I'll show you a picture of it on the next video. We got that many pieces that we can make arrowheads out of. So pretty fun little thing there. You learned a little bit. Still clunky looking, but I take my time with it, and I can probably maybe get a knife out of it. That'll be cool. I probably won't get very many more arrowhead pieces out of it. Has an ugly spot right here, but I can get those out. I watched, I'll tell you now, I watched, I used to get a lot of them down to like this, you know, smaller pieces, and I would break them. Every one of them I'd break. And I watched Ryan Gill had put a video out on thinning, and I mean, it's amazing how little instruction. I'm a hands-on guy, but being able to watch somebody do something, you know, it worked. And I made out of obsidian. I had some black obsidian, and I made like 4 or 5 knife blades in a row, and a whole bunch of arrowheads. So that's how I began to make points out of rocks. Maybe on the next video we'll grab one of those flakes there and make a huntable arrow point out of it. And I hope y'all enjoyed this little video. This is kind of preparing for the hunt, I guess you would say. You know, you see a lot of these bushcraft videos and these guys making all this primitive stuff, and they'll be walking around the yard with their fur coat on and a bow that they made and all this sort of thing. I saw one guy, he had made him a bow, and he come out of his little teepee looking thing there like an Indian, and went out there and had him a target and made some of the most awful shots I have ever seen. Terrible. You know, and my point to all this, tons of people are good at making this stuff, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's, you know, that's a hobby in itself, is making arrowheads and things. But very few of them can make this stuff and actually go gather some meat with it. And that's what the tools are for. The Indians didn't make these just to wear around their neck. they made these things to bring some food to the house, to the teepee or whatever. And whether it be a raccoon or a buffalo. And so anyway, that's what I try to do. If I make something, I want it to be functional. It may not be the prettiest point you've ever saw, or the prettiest knife, the prettiest bow, but they work. And I mean, I've proven that with just the little knowledge I have in it. And I consider myself a decent hunter. I can get close. Out of the last, I don't know, I've lost count now, but I would say 75, 80 animals that I've killed with a bow, and I'm talking deer and hogs. And my average shot is under 12 yards. And that's with longbow, traditional bows. And then the last 4 critters I killed was a pig and 3 deer with a primitive bow and stone point. No, not the last 4. I killed 3 with a Northern Miss longbow. And then the 4 from last deer season is what I'm getting at. I killed 3 pigs on public land, and I think 1 the last week of January, and then 2 in February with a Northern Miss longbow. Somebody's coming by on the road over there. I'm a long ways from the road, but you can hear it like it's right there. And good Lord has blessed me with this little property here and the bank, but now it just belongs to me and God. It's finally paid for. But it's a beautiful place. I've had turkeys come by right where I'm sitting. I'm in front of my house a good bit out here where nobody's going to walk and get glass in their feet from this obsidian. I could rake it all up in a pile, I guess. But anyway, God is good. And hope you enjoy this. next time maybe I won't be hunting for a while, I can tell you. My buddy Thomas Van, number one, my leg is hurt and I can't do the walking that I was doing. But number two is you can't, pig hunting on public land is closed right now. It don't open up again until August 15th. But I got a buddy Thomas Van, he's got a lease and he's invited me over there. He said he's covered up with pigs. So when my leg heals and I got to get back to work, I refuse to go hunting or fishing until I can work. I never miss work to go hunting or fishing unless it's a vacation day scheduled. And my conscience won't let me go hunting or fishing if I'm not fit to go to work. I know that probably sounds crazy, but that's how it is with me. I can't do it. I do this kind of stuff here, like I've sat here ever how long this video is, and make points. But right now I'm having to have a whole lot of recliner time because my leg will start throbbing if I walk too much. If I get around, I'm limping with it, and I probably should be off of it altogether, but I just cannot stay in the house. So I got a pool back there, and it's supposed to be like 95 today, and my conscience will not bother me about getting in the pool, I can tell you that. If I can get up them steps, I will float around out there for a spell. Alrighty. I'll work on this knife a little bit, and then I'm gonna get in the house, and maybe in the morning I'll make a video on making an arrowhead. Thank y'all for watching. If you got something you want to see, like I've had a couple of guys, they say, hey, I want to see your bows or your ground hunting setup and all this. Y'all let me know in the comments if there's something in particular you want to see me do. I'm no expert at none of this stuff, but I've been hunting. I mean, I'm 61 in June, and I've been hunting my whole life, you know, around hunters, and I've been shooting a bow ever since I was 10 or 12 and could string one up in the yard and make one, and killed quite a few animals, and I think that you could say I have an educated opinion about some of this stuff in the woods here, and I'd be glad to share it with you. Just let me know what you want to hear. Thank you for watching. Catch you next time.